What seems like the longest international week in ages finally over. That means Premier League's back, and that means Khanage is back. Welcome. Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Khanage. This show, usually we all come in firing, all guns blazing, and the mood is happy, and the mood is all about having banter and giving our opinions, you know. But this week, the tragic news we received about Claude from formerly of AFTV passing away. I guess, you know, I guess it's no, I guess I know it's affected a lot of people. And firstly, I want to absolutely want to thank Turkish and Lee for coming on. I know it's been a difficult week for them because they knew this man personally. And, you know, look, fan media is mad, isn't it? Fan media is a jungle out there. We have banter, we have crossfires, we have words with each other over social media, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. But, you know, when it comes to sort of something like this, when there's a death involved of an actual human being and such a beautiful soul like Claude, you know, it brings it all home to reality that, you know, this is just a game and we're just players in this game. The reality of life is far more deep. And first of all, I want to sort of give my condolences and my best wishes to Claude and his family and all the friends and everyone that's been associated with him and has affected them. Our best wishes from me and Avi and the rest of the LFC Daytrippers. But RIP Claude from the LFC Daytrippers. Welcome, guys. You know, I couldn't have picked two more knowledgeable Arsenal fans for the show tonight for the preview, and also to touch on Claude. I mean, I know both of you done so much work with him and knew him on a professional level and a personal level as well. And you know, I want to start off with you, Lee, because when I messaged you earlier in the week, and I'm not going to lie, I was typing away with, is this right? Should I be asking Lee? You know, and your response was exactly, you know, both of you brothers, man. Your response was exactly what I expected. It was somber, but you know, you said give me a couple of days, and I really appreciate you coming down, bro. Just you know, say what you want to say, bro. The platform is yours about Claude and some of your memories about the man himself. Go for it, bro.
Bruv, thank you, man. And listen, I've ignored a lot of people over the last 3 or 4 days or so. Yeah. Not on purpose. Yeah, because like the tributes have been going mad. I can't lie, yeah. Like Turkish should tell you, I'm sure he's been getting the same. Like my socials have gone nuts. Like literally, and I can't keep up. Like I couldn't keep up at the best of times. Yeah, but like it's so tragic, man. And it's come out tonight that he died of natural causes. Yeah, which I'm so relieved of as well, because a lot of speculation was going around. People love to chat, bruv. Like, you know, social media is just full of people that put 2 and 2 together and get 5. Yeah,
100%.
And it's like, you know, it like when there's somebody close to you in it, and like I've spoke to this guy every single day of my life for the last nearly 5 years. Yeah, we've been in a group chat every day. I've reached out to him multiple times when he's needed help for StreamYard. He was the least tech savvy person on the planet, man. Like YouTube, yeah, and it's like trying to explain it to him on the phone. I'm like, Claude, let me just send you a video and I'll video myself doing it and I'll send it to you so you can keep watching it back. Yeah, it's like, but I said this on my video earlier and it was hard to do that video, man. I didn't even realize I'd pressed record, yeah. So like anyone who's watched it, I took some mad deep breath before I went like record, but I thought I did it before I went record. I didn't. I hovered over that record button for nearly an hour. Yeah, big up Kaji as well. Big up everyone in the chat, yeah. Right, but I hovered over that for time, bruv, and it was hard, yeah. But do you know what? Like, there's so many memories to this geezer. It's mad. Like the first time I ever met him, the geezer bought me a coffee at the Little Wonder Cafe. Like he'd give his last penny to you if you needed it. Like the guy is just the most genuine, nice guy I've ever met. And I looked at him like a dad, man. Like I've got my mum and dad. My mum and dad are still here, touch wood. Yeah, they're still here. But I spoke to him more than I speak to my mum and dad, which has kind of woke me up to like, yo, I need to speak to my mum and dad a bit more. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's mad. Like, and the sad thing is that like I do a podcast with the group chat. Yeah, so like Afsal, Chig, Kenny Ken, me, and Claude, we were in the group, yeah, and we did the podcast. It's going to be weird not to do that with him anymore, man. It's going to be proper weird. And Turkish texted me earlier and said like it's going to be weird going to football and not seeing him. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like, you know, the first time I ever met the guy, he didn't know me. He didn't know me nothing. Like, and he was just a superstar. But you know what it is, yeah? Like all he wanted was just love and respect. Yeah, and every time I went on his channel or he came on my channel, he was always the first one there. I'm late for everything. I was late tonight. Yeah, I'm literally late for everything. He's always the first one there, you know. Yeah, and that's because it was the highlight for him, like being able to interact with other fans. Yeah, and he didn't want for nothing, man. Bless him, man. Rest in paradise. Yeah, I'm going to sip a Stella for him, man. Seriously.
Yeah, man. You do that, bro. You do that.
And I struggled through that stream. Well, it wasn't a stream, it was a record. I struggled through that, man. But I know he's up there with Rocky. Yeah. And obviously the day after was Rocky's 20th anniversary since he passed. He's up there with his mum. Yeah. They're all in paradise. He's doing his dancing. He's not got the best moves, bless him. But I know they're all up there happy, man. They're all together and he'll want me to. And it is hard. Yeah. This is the first stream I've done. Yeah. Since. So it's going to be difficult. And I'm trying to stay on a level, but yeah, man, love the guy to bits, man. And I told him this all the time. Every day I told him I loved him for like nearly 5 years, mate. Yeah, so
nice one.
Yeah, man.
Top stuff, man. Turkish, you wanna say anything about it as well?
Listen, I can't, say much more than Lee just said. All I want to say is he was a very good man, regardless of what people's opinions of him from social media, or YouTube, AFTV, Arsenal, all of that. Just know he was a very good man, and that's the hardest thing about it all, It's going to be hard not seeing Claude's opinions and his passion for the club. That's one thing. But privately, like Lee said, all he really wanted was some love and respect. When you spoke to him individually, you'd see that. So big up Claude. Obviously, he's left a legacy, and I think it's a good one. I think even me over the last couple of days, looking back through videos we've done together, looking back through interviews he's had,
must be so hard.
It's hard, but I also know he's left that legacy where, he is Arsenal through and through. And for the club to come out and tweet him as well, I've questioned the club about class a lot over the last 10, 15 years. And I know it is just someone on social media running it. But I think, Claude looking down would have loved that. And
100%.
All in all, it embodies who he is. Claude was Arsenal through and through, and he was a good man. And until I go back to games, that's when it will really set in. But I don't believe you ever get over losing someone you just get used to it. And that's what it really becomes, I don't think Lee, myself, will get over it, but we're just going to have to get used to it. And just remember him for being that good man in Arsenal through and through.
100%, man. There's a lot of love coming through in the chat. Big up, nearly 400 of views already. Please don't... Tonight's the night for, not the night for stupid comments in there, and hopefully all the mods are on alert. But the love has been pouring out from different clubs, Man United fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans. I've seen Leeds fans in there as well. So it just shows you, like that literally shows you what kind of man this geezer was. Avi, from the outside, sort of looking into the fan media circle and sort of, probably grown up watching these people, like, what were your memories? What did you make of this man from the outside? Like, these guys have given an insight into what he was like because they know him on a personal level.
Yeah, I just echoing their words. I think it's hit Arsenal fans a lot, but it's hit opposition fans as well because they would tune in for Claude, the camaraderie that he brought. And one thing that you can definitely see on the screen was his energy, and the club really, he really felt the club like in his heart and whatnot, and he had so much passion for the game. And it's just unfortunate. I was actually watching Lee outside the Emirates Stadium yesterday, a little clip of when Claude was talking about his trip to Newcastle with Malcolm McDonald, the autograph one, when he first met Ty.
Sorry to cut you, that was the first ever podcast I did on my channel, and I only wanted him to be the first guest, and he was like so overjoyed, like with me picking him. He was like, really? I said, Claude, shut up, man. The amount of people that disrespect you, I want you to be my first guest.
Yeah, no, I watched it, all of it. I think it's like 51 minutes. I watched all of it yesterday, and it was like there's a laugh in between when he was mentioning his trip to Newcastle and the Whitley Bay club that he went to. So now I think it's hit like opposition fans as well, and there is utmost respect, and he is one of the like sort of, it made me go into the podcast and watching AFTV and watching the way he sort of was just expressive, and he didn't really care. Like his views were his views, and I think that's why he gets a lot of respect, Grizz.
You know what? It's absolutely I feel real sad about it as well, because even without ever meeting him, Avi, you just said he kind of inspired you in coming into YouTube podcasting, whatever. And when I started this, right, I got a follow from him and I got a DM from him out of the blue, lads. Lee, Turkish, I didn't even tell you this. Right? I thought I haven't spoke about it. And he said, welcome, kiddo. Even though I'm probably as old as him, but just, but he went, welcome, kiddo. Love the way you express yourself and views. Keep up the passion. Anytime here if you need a hand. And I thought to myself, wow, I didn't know. I knew you guys. I knew a few of the other lads from AFTV. I didn't know him, but he messaged me just out of the blue, a word of support. And you know what? He was scheduled to come on a show as well. And, I was just as I said, I was just as sort of shocked to hear it and such, so sad. But we know, you guys know more than me, but we all kind of know there's nothing more he would have wanted than the show to go on, football to go on. Arsenal, Liverpool, he would have been absolutely looking forward to this game, regardless of, where they are in the league, where we are in the league, because that's just the kind of guy he was. He lived like us. He lived for football. So R.I.P. Look, R.I.P. to his R.I.P. to Claude, and most condolences to his family.
Love, guys, man. Love you, bro.
Oh man, it is what it is, man. As I said to you when I asked you to, I was like, oh man, guys, I know the situation, but see what you can do. And that's why I'm so happy and grateful that you guys have come on. And as I said, it was what he would have wanted. He was that kind of guy. Do you know what I mean? But as I say, he would have been mad passionate about this game. And I don't know how you guys feel about this game. Going into this game, I just one by one want to go through your feelings going into this game, because games of the past, right? I'm not going to lie. I hate playing you lot away from home. It's the reverse. It's the reverse feeling of you guys going to Anfield, if you know what I mean. Like, we may have beaten you once or twice, maybe away at your ground, but majority of the time we can't beat you guys, right? And I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter how much we slag Arsenal or where they are in the league. When we go there, you lot always raise the game against us. How are you feeling about this weekend's game, Turkish man, and going into this game? And is it all eyes on this game? Take one a game at a time, or have you as a fan, forget Arteta and his team selection, we get onto that, but have you as a fan got an eye on the Europa as well?
Yeah, we have to, man. There's nothing left in us for this league. Even if we get 3 points today, what is really left, Grizz? Are you confident of top 4 this season?
No, I'm not.
We're not, mate.
That's two no's.
Top four, yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 no's.
Wait, why are you laughing? We're 5 points off. We're 5 points off Chelsea.
That's 2 no's.
We were 2 points off them when they sacked Lampard, mate.
Oh, yeah.
That's 2 no's from Liverpool fans. You're coming off winning Champions League and the league and being 5 points off. If we get 3 points Sunday, we're a point off you guys. So top 4, that we have no chance of that. Now, Europa League, top 6, top 7, that means nothing to me again, because we failed to build on that. We've been told before, we need Europa League to get the money in. Well, we've had it for the last 3-4 years, and you haven't got us back into the main one. So don't feed me that one again. So for me, my eyes are on Slavia Prague. I'm looking past Liverpool in a sense, where I want to see a good performance. I want to see us hold our own, and I want to see us fight. and I don't want to get us embarrassed. That's the bare minimum I want from our game Saturday. The bare minimum.
Okay.
And then we move. Because 1.3 points on none, Grizz, we're finishing 8th to 11th this season. That's the reality.
No, you can. I think you can hit top 6, maybe, man. Top 6, you can hit. I reckon.
No, you'd have to. Well, if you're not confident of top 4, then you're one of the teams that would have to be challenging against for that. Then there's West Ham and Tottenham. You know, we've just come off beating Tottenham, so it's not like we can nick any more points from them this season, and they're only 3 points off the top 4. So for me, I just feel like it's done and dusted, the league. You know, there's not much in it for us.
Lee.
Yes.
So do you reckon, from what Turkish has said, and I don't even need to ask you that question because I know where you're going to go with that, right? And we only got 45 minutes left, right? But from what Turkish said, and from what I know, what you're going to say about that question, I'm going to ask you a different question. So with that in mind, Arteta, will he, lineup-wise, can you see him doing what he's been doing and sort of rotating it, even though, you know, sort of you show a bit of consistency and then you'll go and chuck in 2-3 changes at the most randomest times? Do you think he's likely to not take any risks, like because Saka pulled out of the under-21s, didn't he? Smith Rowe as well, little issue. Yeah. Are we saying that he's going to rotate and make sure the strongest team is for Slavia Prague? Is it Slavia Prague or Sparta Prague?
Slavia.
Yeah. Or will he take both teams strongly and play 2 strong teams? What do you think?
Firstly, he's been here 16 months nearly, and he don't even know his best 11. Secondly,
I try not to bring the fire for Arteta, but Lee having it.
As soon as I talk about Arsenal, I get angry, bro. I can't lie. Yeah. It's like when I go on the show with Matisse and Tobes and Corey and that. Yeah, I'm like, why do you? Matisse does it on purpose, bro. I swear, he probably triggers me. Yeah, but we've only played the same 11 in back-to-back games once in 3 years. Once the same 11 have played 2 games in a row in 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and that sums up where we are as a football club. We've had a manager in Unai Emery who, looking back at it now in hindsight, was actually all right. He couldn't speak English. Yeah, the players all down tools. We were wide open apparently defensively. And he got us to the final and got embarrassed, but he also finished 5th. This guy has come in, similar record. He's won us a cup. Thank you, darling. Look at this. Don't interrupt me again, she said. Cheers. Big up, Claude. Yeah. He's come in. He's got a similar record in league and stuff like that. But again, he still doesn't know his best 11. And Unai Emery never really knew his best 11. Yeah. And the football is just dire. Saka pulled out of the England squad. Smith Rowe as well. But
I think this one's for you, Lee. Good evening.
Good evening. like I just look at it and I think, like, well, I said at the start of the season, like when everyone, you was there, Turkish, at Box Park, yeah, you was there when everyone was going wild after the 3-0 against Fulham, first game of the season. Oh, we can get top 4. People were saying one more signing, we can win the league. Like, come on, calm down. Yeah, like it's just mad. But bruv, I said back then and all summer, with this guy and without proper signings, we're finishing 8th to 10th. Yeah. I said that before he got the job. I don't want to be the guy that sits here and says, oh, I want to be proven right, because I don't want to be proven right. I would love nothing more than this manager to prove me wrong. But all he's done is prove me right and won an FA Cup. Well done. Congratulations. But in terms of Liverpool, I don't know, man. Like, he's obviously going to go all out for the Slavia Prague game. And let's be real, if we play like we did against Olympiacos, we're getting knocked out. Yeah, and it's what Arsenal turn up. I've seen, like, Arsenal were I've seen Aubameyang, like Aubameyang, flashy, like, guy, yeah, right? And when it's going well, he's going to get love. When it don't go well, he's going to come
back to haunt him, innit? It's going to come back to haunt all that flashiness.
This is the first time in his career that he's had a blip. He's never had a blip. Yeah, I put that down to him. I put that down to Arteta, and I put that down to the system that we're playing. Because if you look at our chances created and stuff like that, we're way down the pecking order in this season. Yeah, And Aubameyang must be frustrated with that at times, because under the previous manager, or even last season, forget the previous manager, last season, every shot he hit went in pretty much. Yeah, this season, he's missing sitters, mate. And this reminds me of the first season under Unai Emery. We were there, Turkish, Stamford Bridge away, mate, yeah? Chelsea away. Man was missing sitters, Mkhitaryan, Iwobi. We battered them that day, man, and we lost. Yeah, we lost. And he reminds me of this. If we're going to win the Europa League, it's down to Aubameyang getting his form back to help us, which is why I look at it and I think we're the least serious when you look at our dressing room, because like man's moving like Travis Scott. They're tagging Travis Scott. Yeah, man's telling Matt Ryan, like pretty boy, sexy boy, whatever it was he was saying to. It's like, that's all good and it's good vibes. But when you're not winning games, that just looks like you're not serious. Yeah. So that's all good, Lacazette, putting that out everywhere. Right. But to me, and I know you're smiling, Turkish. Yeah.
Nah, this is news to me, because you know I don't watch none of these socials. So I'm finding this out now.
When it's going well, yeah, it's fine. Yo, cool. Do what you're doing in the dressing room. When it's not going well, there's going to be a level of heat. And you know this as much as I do, Turkish, yeah, with Mesut Ozil, yeah, right? When it's all great, yeah, everyone's like, yes, Mesut, yes, Mesut. Bruv, we were his biggest critics. You were the 350 grand a week man on AFTV.
Yeah, I'm still that man.
Yeah, I cussed him all the time. But when he played well, we had the balls to say, yo, he played well. But when it comes on top, yeah, and it comes on top a lot for our football club in recent years, these players seem to shrivel. Yeah, and I really hope, and Mikel Arteta has been a very lucky manager. He's been lucky in a number of ways since he's been here. Yeah, he's lucky that Aubameyang was in top form last season. He was lucky in the cup final because, like, we got a red card that shouldn't have been a red card. He was lucky Pulisic got injured as he was about to shoot on goal. It was lucky with Sheffield United, 2 offside goals in the quarterfinal. He's been lucky in a lot of ways, but he still won the cup. And lucky sometimes is better than being good. Yeah. So I'm hoping that he can luckily win us this cup. Yeah. But for him to do that, he ain't going to play his best team against Liverpool. And we aren't going to qualify for Europe through the league season, because he has totally nosed it up this season. And hopefully, fingers crossed, as much as I can't stand him as a manager of this football club, I really hope he wins it. I really do.
See, it's mad. I told you, the listeners and viewers and the most of the people know Lee. I told you I tried not to bring the fire for Arteta, butLee is the I know I tried not to.
You triggered them by asking if Arteta
Turkish. I tried not to
rotate this weekend. And
I thought he's going to tell me the lineup and how we're going to
just. They mention Arteta, I go on a mad one. That's done it as well, yeah.
And I was just sat there listening, and I knew, and I said, if I interrupt him, it's going to make him even more madder, right? So let Lee say his bit on Arteta at the start of the show, and then we can discuss about the tactics and the lineups. So that's Lee's Arteta rant done with, right? But Avi. Yeah. Listening to Turkish and Lee, right, talking about Arsenal, and look, they're the realest fans I know. Yeah, they say how it is, yeah, and they're not afraid to say it. So see how they've talked about Arsenal and sort of the flashiness of some of their players, but not performing and not putting it on and whatever, and they've had a dismal season, and it's been a disaster. We hear this near enough. We've heard it for a long time now. Why do we struggle? When I say we, Liverpool now, we're switching it to Liverpool now. Why do we struggle when we go to play them at their place?
To be fair, Grizz, we used to have a good record at Highbury back in the day, but then as soon as they moved to Emirates, we were getting our arse handed to us big time. I think the last time we won there was 2017, wasn't it? When Mane's debut, when he scored that left ping from the right hand side.
Goal. Yeah.
Last season was a bit of a dead rubber because we had won the league already. Complacency set in. We'd already been on the booze. We were probably on the booze during that game. But I don't know. It's just one of those grounds where Arsenal sort of perform. I remember a season, 2017-18 season, we went, I think it was 2-0 up, and then all of a sudden we went 1-0 up, and then they scored 2 on the trot. And I think Ozil had a great game that day. And then it was 3-1. Yeah, I was at the and then we were at the
I was at that game because my son's an Arsenal fan. I whispered that. And I took him for his birthday, and the atmosphere there for that game, and that was
it was brilliant.
You know. But yeah, go on.
And then it ends up being 3-3. So we have struggled, but it's just one of those games. I think they sort of raise their game, don't they, against bigger teams?
So I tell you what it is. So I tell you what I think. My opinion is, and I think it always ends up this way, where we play them second game of the season at their ground. The first game's always early on, and it always seems to be at Anfield. And let's not make no bones about it. We trounce them on a regular, like it's regular. No, it is. It's a proper beatdown every time we play them. So I think when it comes to the second game at their ground, I think they raise it. I think there's a lot of revenge involved in terms of players' pride, and they always raise their game against us. So do you know what I mean? I'm not. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not confident in going into this game. Turkish, when you play Liverpool, what's your feelings when you play them, whether it's home or whether it's away? Do you sense that you raise your game at home?
I'm actually shocked that you men are nervous. And I had to go back through the fixtures and understand why. But I do get why, yeah. But let me just tell you something. In a 90-minute game, we've beaten you once at the Emirates since.
So it's like last season.
Yeah, since I'm going back.
It's
1-1.
There's been about 2-3 draws though. We just can't beat you there.
Yeah.
The game where Lacazette scored that goal, yeah, where in the
4-1.
No, that was a 2-2 at our ground. Was that was it a 2-2?
Yeah.
Where Lacazette went round Alisson, cut back and just pinged it. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
I was right behind that. As soon as he hit it, yeah, I knew it was in.
Yeah.
Like April 2015 was the last time we've beaten you at Emirates, aside from that one time last season. So we've beaten you once at the Emirates in the last 6 years. So I understand what you guys are saying from your perspective, but from my perspective, if you sandwich those 6 games at the Emirates in between 5-1 thrashings, a 5-5, 3-1.
Don't get me wrong. When you're at home, when you're coming to our ground, I'm smiling from morning to night. I know it's guaranteed whooping. I know that. But Lee, it's true though. You guys do seem to raise it when we come to your place. Now that must frustrate you even more.
Yeah, because that's because 9 times out of 10 when you play us, it's towards the end of the season. You've like we've got nothing to play for. We've either got top 4, yeah, or we're gonna get top 4, or we're getting top 6.
And
last season, yeah, they were on the beach. Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, you're right.
Points and this and that, whatever.
Yeah.
Any Liverpool fan, yeah, or any Liverpool player, whether they care about 100 points, they've got the trophy, mate. They've got the medal. Yeah, great, whatever, but at the same time, you still battered us that night. Yeah. And we took our chances. You didn't finish your dinner.
So, Avi, am I like, or maybe I'm being a bit too insecure? Yeah, go on.
Just to put into perspective, we've beaten you once in the last 15 games. And you take away fans from the stadium too. It doesn't make this as much of a home game for us as it usually should be for any team. And even those games where we do maybe perform better than we do away, it's because you lot are coming at us. You're coming at us. That suits us.
Suits your game.
It does.
Yeah, 100%. So at home, more often than not, compared to away, we're going to get a few more goals if a team come to us because we've got the fans behind us. But I look at the Liverpool game and that just says it. 1 win in the last 15 in 90 minutes. I'm not classing the Community Shield because that was 90 minutes a draw.
Yeah.
That is dire reading.
Why am I nervous? Why is there a mental thing in my head then, Avi? Because Turkish spat facts there, right? Why am I we do sometimes struggle to win there. Why am I feeling like that, Avi?
I think it stems from back in Wenger days, Grizz, because they used to play us off the park at Anfield as well. Like the few results when they were champions and whatnot, they played us off the park, and that sort of it plays in you up on your notion and stuff. And then going on, you just think, no, Liverpool, like we should beat them. But Arsenal's always been that game where it's always been tricky, and there's always been goals. There's always been classic games between the two as well. And I think there is admiration between the teams. I mean,
Yeah.
There's huge respect, I know, from my side, especially with Arsenal because of Wenger and even before then, George Graham and whatnot. But there's never been any sort of hatred from our point of view between Liverpool and Arsenal. We've always been complimentary of their football and whatnot. But there was times when they would play us off the park when they had Vieira, Petit, Henry, and Perez and Edu and whatnot. So I think it's just a little bit of that, Grizz. There's still a little bit of anxiety, like when we play, whether it's a crowd or no crowd at Emirates, we're still going to like sort of shit out pants at the beginning. But I think results on the whole, like if we get a draw on Saturday, you sort of walk away and think, you know what, it's okay. I know we're chasing top 4 and some people still believe that we can get it, but a draw away to Arsenal is always a good result.
You reckon? So that's surprising you say that.
At this current climate, no, we should be beating them. But look at our season, the way it's panned out. You would say, you know what, you walk away from the Emirates with a draw. It's not great, but you walk away.
Between us. There's 4 points between us. If you look at it like that, strictly like that, you can say, okay, I understand why going away to the team that's 4 points behind us can be a bit nervy because that win turns it to 1 point. If you're fighting for some position, then it becomes tight. I don't think we both are fighting for top 4. I think it's probably we've lost it now. So I get why you're nervy, but from my side, we've got more of an eye on Europe than you lot do. Even though you lot are playing Real, I believe you lot still have that glimmer of hope.
Small thing in the back,
And Istanbul as well, which is like Istanbul. That was the maddest comeback of all time. Bruv. Like, it was crazy, wasn't it? So you've got that nostalgia there as well. But I think I get why Grizz is worried, and the reason
I want to say worried. I mean, I'm trying to work out because obviously we know all our clubs have these bogey teams, so to speak, or bogey grounds where not necessarily the other team always beats you, but you always struggle to beat them. Like there's a draw or the performances. For some reason, you never click. Because I can't remember, apart from that Mane one, where we've gone to your ground and really trounced you on and off the park. Off the park. No, allow that. I'm not advocating violence. I'm not advocating violence, man. Stop that. But on the pitch, but trounce you on the pitch, and the score reflects it. Like you can, like you said, last season we went there and dominated, but you lot beat us. The season before, even in that 3-3, we were by far the better team. And then Ozil turned it on.
They had like a 10-minute spell, didn't they?
By default in the end, but you got that third goal when Petr Cech cocked up.
Yeah,
I think
the
third.
It was the deflection.
To come from 2-0 down to 3-2 up, or whatever it was. Yeah. And then like it was just man. Petr Cech.
But the thing is, it's I don't know, maybe it's a subconscious thing, like Avi says, from seasons gone by, because like I was I literally just started supporting. I was massive I was a massive, huge fan of the Arsene Wenger days. I hated Arsenal in the George Graham days. So when I was growing up, George Graham, he was the modern day, like Sam Allardyce in terms of one nasty defensive football.
No, I'm not having
you went that bad. You went that bad, Grizz.
It's not bad. No.
That's rude.
No. I'm having it. I'm having it.
He was the old school Jose Mourinho, bro.
Yeah. He wasn't. Mourinho, come on, he was like pure boring.
Everything.
Pure shit house of a manager. But they were good. But don't get me wrong, they were not good. They were the best. Because that chant 1-0 to the Arsenal wasn't for no reason. It was based on one of the best defenses that I think the Premier League has ever seen. And obviously Adams and Keown and
criminal that never played for England either. Stuart Pearce popped it up, bruv.
Yeah, I was just going to come to that the fullbacks, because obviously everyone talks about the centre backs, but Winterburn and Dixon were probably one of the most underrated pair of fullbacks this country's ever seen. Coming back to sort of now and the current Arsenal team, Lee, the signings this season. So obviously help me here. Gabriel, Tierney this season, first season, second, last season. You had Gabriel Partey.
Pablo Mari's had this season. He's been coming.
No, that was last
season.
January. William, that's it.
William.
Odegaard came through on January, didn't he? On loan,
he did. Fair play to him, man. Well done to him.
Lee, give me a rating so far. I know it's 9 games to go and anything can happen, but those Odegaard, Partey, Gabriel, and Willian. Yes, I want a rating on Willian. Yes, I do. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Give me a rating on those 4 out of 10.
He knows what he's doing as well. Man's triggered me on Arteta. Now he's triggering me on Willian. Okay, Willian.
Start off with Willian. Get out and done with.
Okay, I'll be straight. Yeah, when we went for Willian, I wasn't the type of person sitting there going, "Oh, let's go for Willian." But when we were linked to him, I was like, "Yeah, I'll take Willian. Yeah, I'll take him." He's and every time, and Chelsea fans were telling me, "No, you don't want it." But every time I watch Chelsea, which is not as religiously as Chelsea fans do, like they were going, no. But every time I watched him, I was like, right, man scores, he assists. Every time he gets the ball, he spins and he runs. Yeah. Bruv, we have seen nothing short of an abysmal signing since he has signed. He has got to go down as one of the worst free signings in the Premier League. Yeah, for a first season. Yeah. The only saving grace for this guy is he's got 2 seasons left on his contract. If we can sell him and make money on him, that covers the money we've paid him and we bounce. Yeah. Right. Other than that, he's shocking.
Out of 10.
To mark him out of 10, 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gabriel?
1. Gabriel, player of the month, 3 months straight. I do get worried about Gabriel because he was lucky not to get a red card at Old Trafford. Yeah, when we beat him 1-0. Yeah, he presses so high up the pitch for no apparent reason. And if you've got a tricky player, and if you see when Walcott scored against us, you'll remember this Turkish, right? He was on the halfway line pressing someone. Yeah, he got spun. Yeah, Tierney's then had to drop in, but he's now like, and Walcott dinked the keeper. That for me. Like, you got to stop that. But I love the aggressive nature of him because if it works, you're gone. You're on the break and you've killed half their team off. But he caught COVID. He got injured. Player of the month, 3 out of 10. I'll give him a 6. Give him a 6.
And that's generous from you.
I'll give him.
That's like a normal. That's like a normal person's 8 or 9, bro. So big up.
Yeah, but you know me, man. I'm not a reactionary.
Exactly.
Overhyping people off a couple of performances, yeah, because he's had some mad mess performances, bro. Who else was there?
So Odegaard,
Willian, Partey, Thomas Partey, TTT.
Don't start that. This is it. Don't cuss the players and start yourself now.
John Robbie has to sort his dance moves out, bro. I can't lie. Man needs some WD-40. I got white boy rhythm. Robbie's taking the piss.
White boy rhythm.
Thomas Partey. I think we've ruined him this season because I think we rushed him in too soon. Yeah, he didn't have a pre-season. He'd barely played any football. We've rushed him in. He then got injured. Yeah. He then came back for the Tottenham game where we rushed him again. We then pushed him back on the pitch when he was injured. Yeah, which didn't help. As Claude said in his last fan cam on my channel, yeah, Thomas Partey would be better suited at Twickenham because his shooting's crap. I'm gonna give him a 3, and the reason I'm gonna give him a 3 is because I know how good he is, and I've seen glimpses of how good he is. Yeah. Whereas with Willian, I haven't seen them glimpses, which is why I got it's a 3 out of 10. Odegaard. A lot of people get on my case about Odegaard, yeah, because I was like, oh yeah, this is another Denis Suarez again, yeah. Denis Suarez. Oh, but I said on a video when we signed him, I was like, I'm just peed off that we didn't sign him permanently, yeah, because I know he's got talent, I know he's good, and it took him a while, but bruv, you can see he's got class. You can see he's a top baller, yeah. And I was worried about his injuries. I was worried about building him up on loan to then go back to Zidane, although apparently he don't get on with him. But he's been quality, bruv. I can't lie. Yeah? Like, he has shown so many good moments in football matches, even when we were struggling, yeah, and we were like getting hammered 3-0 by West Ham. He could walk off that pitch at half time and hold his head up. Him and Lacazette were superb in that first half. Yeah. And long long way around it. If I was to give Odegaard a mark, I'd say an 8. If I'm honest,
big up.
I'd
Okay,
say an 8.
go on, Turkish. Your four additions.
Who's
Any
first?
order you want. Any order you want. Go on, Willian first.
0.
Straight 0.
Yeah.
0, you know.
Yeah.
Straight 0. Wait, how about when you got them 3 assists or 4 assists in one game? FPL
It was against Fulham. Wasn't it against Fulham? His debut game was pretty good. Wasn't it against
Was
Fulham?
his debut?
Yeah, Fulham. Yeah, debut game. Yeah.
That's the only game
So
he
not even
played
a
well
half a point. Not even a half a point for that game.
He got 3 assists in his debut game, and then 4 assists in the last 2 weeks or something like that. And he's got the most assists at the club all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't change the score for me.
Fair enough.
He gets a 0. Wages
Gabriel?
too high, contract too long, productivity non-existent, a few crosses in the box. Like, for example, look at that Gabriel header. Was that a good cross or a great header? I mean, he ran about 10 yards. He had nothing to do with the cross, but he gets the assist. Same way, I believe Gabriel got the assist for El Nene's 30-yard strike as well. It just shows where football is now, innit, in terms of assists. So Willian 0, Odegaard, very impressed, but like Lee, I can't get too excited because I don't think we've got much hope in signing him. I know there's rumors he doesn't get along with Zidane. I don't know how true they are, but Zidane's a baller. Zidane knows a baller, so I think Zidane's going to want to keep Odegaard. I'll be honest about that. He gets a 7 for me. He's had a massive impact. I just feel like it's only been a couple months, so 7 is fair. But we need him to be on top form for us to win the Europa League. I think Lee said Oba too, but I think Odegaard needs to be as well. I think them two will be vital. Partey, I agree with Lee. I think 3 is a fair score. I think we've seen glimpses to show us he's on another level to what we have. What we have is Xhaka, Nene, Ceballos, Willock. So that's easy, but he's shown us that. 2-3 top performances there, here and there. I think Man United was definitely one of those. I think 3 is max. His injuries, although it's not his fault, I think 3
you have
is
to
the
take that
max
into consideration.
Yeah, and last.
Would you give Gabriel?
Oh, Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel's last. I think Gabriel came in very well, and I'm always hesitant with our defense because playing next to Luiz and playing next to Holding and playing next to Kolasinac, things can happen that end up damaging a defender's career. There was once upon a time people thought Koscielny was a good defender, Mustafi was a good defender. They got tainted by that curse that we seem to have right now defensively.
Mustafi.
Well, imagine now Gabriel's come in. Gabriel actually done pretty well in his first 6 months. Then COVID hit. He came back. He wasn't, Benfica, he had a terrible game. Worst game by far, nearly cost us. But he bounced back. And recently he's done all right again. He's doing well again. So I think 7 is fair for him too. I'm more impressed with Odegaard, but it's only because we've only had him since Jan. I think Gabriel over 7-8 months has impressed me too. So 2 7s there. Gabriel and Odegaard 7, Willian 0, Partey 3.
Man said that with a straight face as well.
Avi, I know you know your players from other clubs as well. I know you don't just sit out there in California. By the way, lads, he's in California. I know you don't just sit out there in California working on your tan. So
I'm in Enfield.
I'm in Wolverhampton, mate. It's freezing.
The way these mans are talking about their
Amino Raiola has flown to Barcelona to talk about.
Don't worry about him. He's mafia. Don't worry about him.
Flown to Spain, and I can't.
Don't worry about him.
It's your home, mate.
He's mafia. What are we making of their signings from sort of looking from the outside? Because obviously, I don't know about you. I haven't seen them play every minute of every game, but you get a good gist of it. I mean, just a quick run through their signings this season.
Grizz, I think they've hit this nail on the head with the signings they've made. But there's one signing, even though he's come through the academy system, but given a real chance this season, is the Croydon De Bruyne, Emil Smith-Rowe. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Youngster, he's been on the cusp since sort of a couple of years now, but just never got the chance under sort of Emery. But I really like him. I think he's an intelligent player. I think next season you'll really see him do some serious numbers in terms of assists and goals. Odegaard's another great player, but you do feel that this summer's going to be an important one because I'm not sure if Zidane will be at Madrid come the end of the season. So it'll be an interesting one how that plays out. And then the Ceballos is, he's in and out too, inconsistent. And then Partey, I think Partey needs probably next season needs one more. This season could be his bedding in season. And next season we might see him if Arteta makes the right signings around him. then we could really see him shine. But yeah, it's just it's a bit of hit and miss with the signings. I've been impressed with Gabriel. I think Turkish hit the nail on the head. When he first came, he was looking really good, and then COVID and whatnot, and then sort of made a few mistakes in a couple of games. But I think he's a good player. I've been impressed with Pablo Mari too. I like the look of him as well. He played against us in the World Club Championship, Grizz, if you remember, in the final, and he was really impressive.
The thing is, right, Gabriel, people forget how actually young he is. I mean, I know you think that he does play with a bit of maturity, and you think to yourself, this guy's been playing for ages and he looks older than he is, I think, but he's young. Odegaard looks a talent. I like the rest of you guys. Don't think he's going to stay at Arsenal. I think Madrid will take him back or ask for too much money for him. And I know you went a bit OTT with your Croydon De Bruyne about Smith Rowe. I mean, you guys, we haven't touched upon him. Just very quickly, your thoughts on Smith Rowe, and then I'll say my thing because you're the one. Your views that's more relevant because you watch him. Lee, just quick touch on Smith Rowe.
Big up Unai Emery. Big up Unai Emery. Because
I knew it's going to go backwards.
He brought through Smith Rowe. He brought through Saka. He brought through Martinelli, Guendouzi, all of these young kids. Yeah, all of these young kids that my man now is taking like all the adulation for. Big up Unai Emery. Yeah, and do you know what I liked as well? Just to change the subject very quickly. When Bukayo Saka, one humble footballer, bruv, signed his new deal, he mentioned Unai Emery and said, yo, big him up, and Freddie Ljungberg as well. And I rated that. With Smith Rowe, he did play, he has played left wing for the reserves or like the youth setup, whatever you want to call it, under 23s, 21. I don't even know what it is anymore. It's like it changes every week, bruv. Yeah, it's like, is it under 23s or 21s? Who knows? Yeah. But he did play left wing, yeah. I prefer him playing at number 10.
Yeah.
But this manager has shoehorned Odegaard in and put the Croydon De Bruyne. I'm never calling him that ever again, by the way.
Sorry, it was a bit cheesy, Lee, so I apologise.
They were called him Mustafi and Koscielny Kostafi, bruv, because they went 20 games like without losing their game. Like, come on. Yeah, but he is a talent. He is a special talent, yeah?
Yes.
I love watching him play. I love the way he carries the ball. He needs to score more goals, though. Real talk. Yeah, he don't score. Yeah, he needs to score against Tottenham in the North London derby at the bar. Yeah, he needs to score. If he had scored that, instant hero status with us lot. Yeah, but he needs to score more goals. And I'm just worried that with him, like, he's going to be shoehorned over to that side. And I think he does his best work at number 10. We see, Turkish, you'll know this, the West Brom game. He was sick in that game, bruv. Yeah, absolutely brilliant in that game.
That was away, wasn't it, in the 5-0?
Yeah, absolutely insane in that game. Yeah, the link-up play was brilliant. But Odegaard's come in, and Arteta, we thought that Odegaard, it was going to be one or the other. Yeah, and it's then ended up with him being put on the left. And it's like, well, we've got Aubameyang, who ain't really a left winger. We've got Pepe. Yeah, we've got like other players. It's like you've put the slowest out of them, the least trickiest out of them. But he is very effective. I do love him, man. I think he's quality, and I think he's got a big future with Arsenal. But it's how we now develop him. It's how we 100%. Now put on.
Yeah. Just a quick super chat I've got to read out here. Joseph Connor Golden, thank you for the super chat. Big up Lee and Turkish.
Big up Lee.
Another one that's going to irk them and start them off on a rant. Did you hear about Xhaka, our best player, apparently?
This man wants to try and trigger us, Turkish.
But Turkish, your quick view on the young kid, the Croydon De Bruyne. I'm going to keep saying it until you lot get sick of it. Yeah, what do you think of him?
He's come through. Like Lee said, we first really got glimpses of him under Unai Emery, and Unai Emery did play him on the left as well a couple of times. So he has got that experience there, but obviously he come through this season in the AM number 10 role. Odegaard come in. And one thing I like about it is he didn't turn him off. He didn't put his head down. He just, got to work. And he's had a couple good performances on the left side as well. Now, Odegaard, we don't know if we're keeping him this summer. So that position in the middle might still be available for Emil. Like Lee said, his development might be aided by this move to the left for 6 months. Come back in. Next season, you start there. a bit more accomplished, a bit, more experienced, 20 turning 21 years old, I think. I'm happy with him. At the same time, I wouldn't put him at Saka and Martinelli's level either. Saka and Martinelli are gone in terms of they will make it to the top one way or another. Emile Smith-Rowe, he can make it to the top. It's just that the stars do need to align for that to happen. And hopefully it does happen at us, and Arteta makes it happen, because right now, how much trust does he have in him, considering we've brought Odegaard in January? That's up for debate too.
Avi, I know you're big on the talent and youth side. Is there any names that you've been sort of or watched in the Arsenal Academy or a group of youngsters coming through that you think maybe on the levels that Turkish has talked about in terms of Saka and Smith-Rowe and Martinelli?
There's two players that have definitely caught I know they've caught Liverpool's eyes, Florent Balogun, and the next one is a young sensation called Miguel Aziz, you two might have heard of, who's supposed to be some player as well. So I'll let Lee take the floor now.
Balogun, bruv. Man's leaving for free in the summer. Yeah. How Eddie Nketiah, Turkish, you know this, innit? Yeah. How Eddie Nketiah is in front of this kid is mad.
I feel you've started off.
We don't even know where Eddie Nketiah is anymore.
you lot got. Do you know what? This has been therapy, though. I want to say thank you very much, because I've not laughed like this all week, bruv. So thank you to all three of you, yeah, and everyone in the chat. But Turkish, you know how cold Balogun is, innit?
Yeah, well, from what I've seen, yeah, he looks very. Look, from what I've seen, he's better than Eddie. That's a fact.
Thank you, Eddie's a Chelsea Cobham project. Yeah, there's not many Cobham projects that go wrong. Yeah, Solanke is one of them. You lot know that.
Yeah. Don't trigger us back now.
Well, we're kind of happy. We got good money for him, so it was fine. Wasn't it?
That was a money ball signing for us. We were smart.
You got stupid money for him, yeah. And man's flopped ever since he left. Yeah, Eddie Nketiah is another one. Yeah, and it's like Chelsea, when their production line is so crisp, yeah, they don't make many wrong uns. Yeah. I don't dislike Eddie. Yeah, he's never done anything for me to say like I want to attack you. He's a kid. He's learning his trade. He just ain't good enough. Yeah, he's not good enough for us. He weren't good enough for Leeds in the Championship. Let's be real. Yeah, and I don't blame him. He don't pick himself. Yeah, but when I see Balogun come on in the Europa League and inside like 38 seconds or whatever it was, man scored, and it was like, this guy's cold. When you see him. Yeah, like then come on in or play another Europa League game. Man comes off the bench for about 12 minutes. You know this, isn't it? Yeah, right. Comes off the bench for 12 minutes, scores one, and then sets Joe Willock up for another one. You're like, man's played 40 minutes of football. He scored 2. He's got 1 assist. Yes, it might be against Farmers or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but at the same time, his movement, his physique. Yeah, his first touch, everything about him smells of success. Like the guy is going to the top. Whoever signs that kid in the summer is getting a superstar. As for Miguel Aziz, yeah, man scored a banger the other night from that. You probably see it in it, Turkish. Yeah, you guys as well. Yeah,
cold.
Bruv, that was El Neni.
My boy loves him. My boy, absolutely. That's how I know about him. My boy loves him. He's got him on the Snapchat and everything, and saying he's the next one to go forward. We've got someone like that, haven't we?
Even the youth setup, bruv. Like, and the thing is, like, this is the problem with Arsenal. Yeah, like, we're so desperate because of what happened back in the day with the youngsters coming through, the Adams and all this, and Wilshere, Ashley Cole. Bruv, how many people since then have come through into the youth team, yeah, and actually made a success as an Arsenal player? Jack Wilshere would have been a success if he wasn't so injury prone. He was a quality baller. He bossed Barcelona in that game, yeah? We all remember that when he was 18. He was fucking insane. But his injuries killed him. Ashley Cole is probably the last Arsenal footballer to come through our academy and actually have a sustained period of success with Arsenal. Yeah, whether it be trophies or not, take the trophies out of the equation. How many Arsenal players have come through our academy and actually had a good career as playing games at Arsenal? There ain't many. There ain't many.
Talking of academy players, I've been playing about with this guy's name, but Avi, tell the people about Messi Lowski, that I call him, coming through our ranks.
Musialowski. Yeah, he's a top player. I don't want to put the mockers on him, but he's frighteningly scary. He's got a great left foot. His close control does remind us of, dare I say it, Lionel Messi, but he's one to watch for, and I think he'll get a few cup games next season. There's a great bunch of lads at our academy. Just on that Balogun, Lee, he reminds me of, and I could be totally wrong here, and you guys can just laugh at me, but a young Nicholas Anelka when he first broke through.
100%.
It is, yeah.
The only thing is because we've been let down so often by the academy. I don't, that's why with Emil Smith Rowe,
I just want to slow down easy.
I'm excited, but I saw Wilshere do Barcelona and flop and end up with no club at 28 years of age, So for me, like Lee said, Jack Wilshere should have been the next elite player at the academy, and he wasn't. And after that, I said to myself, look, for example, Zelalem is the previous Aziz.
That's the name.
That's the previous Aziz. It was Zelalem first, coming through, gone.
But man bossed Rangers in the Emirates Cup, innit? Do you remember?
Yeah.
You always got. I exactly agree with where you're coming from. You always got to be wary of young players coming through.
But this is the thing. Sorry to cut you off, Grizz. Yeah, right. This is the thing. We are so desperate as Arsenal fans for one to come through and smash it. Yeah, because we've grown up on back in the day, especially me and Turkish. We're of an older age. Yeah. We've grown up on all of them coming through. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, and Man United fans are very similar as well. Yeah, which is why
we are as well, Lee. We are as well, Lee. Yeah. We want the next Carragher, Gerrard. Owens. We want the same.
And it means more when it's one of your 100%. Own grown up from six and smash it, which is why I never, ever gave Iwobi stick. Yeah, I never. I always bigged Iwobi up because I know that guy is very talented. Yeah, he just underperforms so often, and I get why people hate on him. Yeah, but Alex Iwobi was one of us. But he's just I don't know, man.
Do you know what I found out? Do you know what I found out the other day, guys? Alex Iwobi is the nephew of the great.
JJ Okocha.
Yeah, come on, so they named him twice, bro.
Yeah, but lucky you didn't ask me in the quiz on the Big Six. I would have got stuck. You know what I mean? Lucky these kind of questions you got to tell me, man. But listen,
let me no, I'm going to stick you on the spot now. Yeah, I'm going to stick all you on the spot.
No, you can't do that.
I'm going to stick you on the spot. Yeah. Right, I asked this to a lot of people. I know none of you three know this. If you do, you're a fucking madness, brother. Because not many people on the planet know this. Yeah, who was it that got the ball back off John Barnes at Anfield in '89, which eventually led to our winner?
Who gave the what?
Which Arsenal player got the ball off of John Barnes when he was going down the right wing?
Yeah, and instead of wasting time, he gave back.
Yeah, which Arsenal player got the ball off of John Barnes? Yeah, which eventually led to our winner. Yeah, back to Lukage, to Dixon, to Smith.
All right, we know the rest.
Oh, bro, it's a madness. Trust me. Not many people know this. I'm
going to take a wild guess. Say it's Andreas Limper. That's my guess.
As soon as the question was asked, I thought there's a couple of names in my head, but I just can't think.
See, look, you're all stumped. Big up to Danny in the chat. Yeah, Kevin Richardson. My God.
Kevin Richardson, yeah.
Kevin, but you know what? Yeah, that question is mad because nobody remembers him getting the ball back.
It's true.
Dixon, Smith, Thomas. It's up for grabs now. They don't remember that. Yeah.
Listen,
it's mad. Sorry, I didn't want to bug you.
He's taking the mic over. He's becoming an Arsenal channel.
Lee's the man. But do you know what it is? I always play this little game with our guests, and we could talk all night, man. The way we've gone on, I can't believe how an hour's flown past as well.
Yeah, come on.
But just a quick thing I always ask, right? And I play, if you could pick three players from our team, right? And we ask the same from a Liverpool fan point of view as well, Avi. I'll start with you, Turkish. If you could pick three players from Liverpool, fully fit, like let's not talk about the current squad because you probably wouldn't take no one from the current squad. Well, actually, but from front boys. But if you could pick three players at their fit, when they're fit and healthy and everything, who would the three players be for your Arsenal team right now in the condition, in the state you're in?
Condition and state we're in, it would be Mane,
okay,
Fabinho, Ozan Kabak. Nah, I'm joking.
You know what? Someone asked it, but I'll get back to that. Someone did ask your opinion on that.
It'd have to be Virgil, right? It'd have to be Virgil or Alisson. I'm trying to. Ooh. Nah.
Really? You're not
Virgil or Alisson? Yeah. Because I could say Trent for Bellerin, but then Trent has his own problems that I'd probably end up dealing with. Van Dijk next to Gabriel, teach him a bit. Alisson behind, that helps. I'd really want someone else for. Thiago's another. Nah, Fabinho, Thiago, and Mane.
Fabinho, Virgil, you mean, and Mane?
No. Fabinho, Thiago.
Oh, Fabinho, Thiago, and Mane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put Avi in the middle of the two Arsenal opinions. I'll give Lee some time to think about it. Avi, 3 Arsenal players. Yes, we must have 3 Arsenal players. Who are the 3 Arsenal players that you go for?
You joker.
Yeah, Emil Smith-Rowe's definitely one. Saka's
Really?
definitely another. Yeah,
Okay, I hate butting in with you, but
I'm a big fan of his.
But you do these ones.
We're missing like a player of that sort of intricate skill. We're missing someone like him.
This is your opinion. I get this is your opinion, right? And I shouldn't be influencing your opinion. But I'm like your older brother, and you know me. I want what's best for you. You can't be saying Smith Rowe in this Liverpool team right now.
Imagine Smith Rowe under a Klopp. Imagine how much he would develop under a Klopp. Think about it, Grizz, before you just bark in and just like take my shade away. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I can't see Smith Rowe. I honestly,
he's 20 years old.
Klopp thrives to our squad. Anyway,
Klopp thrives for players like this. Saka's definitely another. We courted him anyway before he signed the contract. And big Liverpool fan. Well, I know his dad is for sure. Martin Odegaard. If he was permanent at Arsenal, I would definitely take him.
Okay.
There's no one else I can think of. Partey maybe at a stretch, but our midfield sort of separate the way we set it up,
Tierney's the best left back in the world, bruv. Yeah, how can you disagree?
You know what? I actually rated Tierney at Celtic but he always used to just get injured back then, and he took over Emiliano Ezagiri, who was a really underrated defender at Celtic. And Tierney, since he's come to Arsenal, he's quality player, but he just gets injured. He just needs a clean run of health for a couple of years, and no, he's definitely a top left back. I'm not sure if he's better than Robertson, but definitely a top left back.
Lee, go for it. Your 3 that you would have in your Arsenal team.
Big Verge all day long. That guy sorted your whole back line out, bro. Yeah, literally raised the game for every single one of them. Fabinho, I'd stick him
alongside Partey.
Yeah, I'd stick him next to Partey.
Oh, that's tasty.
Patrolling, bro. Just patrolling as like a sweep.
That's tasty.
Yeah, and then Partey's got the technical ability to do box to box, and then this is going to be.
I know who you're not picking from our previous conversation.
No, this is going to be
about a certain forward.
I can't lie, yeah, but I rate this guy so highly, and you got him so cheap, Diogo Jota.
Spot on,
yeah, he's class, man. Yeah, and just you see why they got rid of him. Like, bear in mind, I'm in Wolverhampton with my father-in-law as a Wolves fan. Yeah, Pedro Neto is going to the top, bruv. That guy is a G. That guy is so sick, and that is why they allowed Jota to leave, because they knew that Pedro Neto was so good. Yeah, he's got everything. Neto is going to be one of the best players in the world in the next 5 years. Unbelievable footballer, and that's why they let Jota leave. But Jota, again, he's got everything, bruv. Left foot, right foot. He's not quick, but he's so switched on, and his footballing IQ is mad, bruv. Yeah, and he always bags goals.
For me, Arsenal, I'm a massive, huge Saka fan. We done the Big Six. Shout out to the Big Six crew as well. We done Young Player of the Season, and it was ended up between him and Foden, didn't it, Turkish?
Yeah.
And you know, he's I think he's generational talent. He's a magnificent potential to be one of the best players Premier League seen. That's how highly I rate him. Saka straight away. Partey, because I know what he's capable of. I know probably Arsenal fans haven't seen the best of him. And obviously, according to your ratings, you definitely don't think you've seen the best of him. But Partey, definitely. And then I have to pick Tierney because I genuinely think it's between him and Robertson. And we all know how much Robertson means to Liverpool and how highly people rate Robertson. And rightly so, because the guy is an absolute warrior. He's not your most fashionable. You won't catch him on Instagram and Snapchat and being in flash and whatever, but put him on that pitch, he becomes the biggest gangster of them all. And that's what you need. You need the biggest gangsters on the pitch, not off the pitch. And this boy Tierney, every time I see him, he's just, he reminds me. Can you lads imagine him under George Graham and how much of a hero this kid would be? He's fucking magnificent. And yeah, we've got Robertson, but we've got no alternative. I know Tsimikas is coming, but he's had injury after injury. But it would be an absolute dream to rotate Robertson with Tierney. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine that?
Grizz, you've just taken the complete piss, mate. We've asked you to pick 3 Arsenal players your first team, and you couldn't do it, so you picked one to be a sub for your current.
I couldn't do it. No, but I'm being real. I'm not being like Avi, like bringing in Smith Rowe and walking him into the champions of Europe and Premier League from last season. How's Smith Rowe getting into our team?
We missed
you guys. It was easy.
Quite comfortably at the moment, if we're being honest.
No, man. No way, Smith Rowe. He ain't walking into our team. Don't get me wrong, he's a bad boy talent. But for example,
the way your midfield playing centre back, bruv, he walks into your time.
But for example, he's not better than Curtis Jones now in his development. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, he's got a potential.
I'll be easy on that one.
I'm serious here. But listen, guys, we got to wrap this up, man. We need some serious. We seem.
Because you need to sort your heating out.
Honestly, the plumbers are working at it, right? We need to give some predictions here, and I want to know. What you guys think the final score is going to be on thing, because you know what, I can't make my mind up. So, Turkish, I'm going to go with you first, bro. Prediction.
I ain't really got a clue right now. I want to see the press conferences, but I'm going to say 2-2. Because I feel like there's goals in it. I feel like both teams have some problems, and I feel like both teams are going to go for it. So
I'm just making a note of that in case you change your mind tomorrow evening.
I might do, Grizz. I might do. That's how I'm
going to in case you copy Steve, because what he does. Now Lee, he's got this tactic, right, of just copying Big Steve. Right, yeah, Man City fan, because he gets it right most weeks.
Is that what you're telling the subscribers? Oh my god, I'm sending them back here next episode.
Wait, that was a madness that night. Lee, what are you saying, man? Come on, give me a unit. Can not go against Arsenal.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, right. People are going to hate me for this, but your last game was Wolves, and you had lost so many games in a row. And I said to Pops, their next 2 games are Wolves and Arsenal, nailed on 3 points each game. If there's any 2 teams in the league that will give you 3 points, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers and Arsenal. 2-1 Liverpool.
Really?
Sadly.
I've set myself up to get cooked if Smith Rowe scores a winner. People are saying if he scores. Before I get onto Avi's prediction, loads have been asking me about Kabak and getting Turkish's opinion naturally, coming from the same motherland as him. What are you saying, man? Talk to us about Kabak, because from a Liverpool fan point of view, and you know my opinion on Kabak as well, it is what it is. He's a young centre back, very much like Gabriel for you guys, come into a season of hell. And look, I had seen quite a bit of him at Schalke, and I was dubious. But listen, I have to say, he's performed admirably in the situation he's come into, and he's got better and better. I personally, and the Liverpool fans love killing me for this, but I'm not going to change my mind. I personally don't think he's good enough for us going forward into next season, considering the players we're going to get. But if he proves me wrong, I love being proved wrong, because like Lee says, we want the best for our club. So the more we get proved wrong, that means the club's doing, the players are putting it on us and proving us wrong. Nothing better, nothing greater. Just wanted your quick thoughts on Kabak as a player and how he's done and what you think he can do.
To be honest, I think he is going to be good enough for a top level. But at the same time, is he good enough yet? It's a question that, maybe you guys can answer more at the end of the season. But just know he's a 20-year-old who's at Liverpool Football Club, the Premier League and Champions League, well, not Champions League the year before, filling in essentially the boots of Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
Coming away with 2 man of the match performances and clean sheets against RB Leipzig in the Champions League. I think there's a bit about him that you can say there is quite a few pros there that, you might want to stick with him, considering Van Dijk's age, considering who is the best partner for Van Dijk. Because aside from Van Dijk, I would throw Kabak in there with a shout that he has the potential to be better, if not already better than Gomez, Matip, and I don't know who else have you got. Williams, is it?
Williams, Phillips.
Yeah, but that's obviously as normal. There's a bit of bias there because I've seen him before. He's Turkish. I want him to do well, but I'm not someone that lets bias get in the way of the truth. And Soyuncu, Demiral, and Kabak, 3 top Turkish defenders.
Demiral,
3 top Turkish defenders, and
100%.
I think Kabak can be the best of the 3. It's just how he molds himself off the back of this. He already had a poor season at Schalke. He was part of that 8-0. Schalke have conceded 50 goals so far this season. Well, more than that even, I think, this season. He was part of that. So he hasn't had the best of starts to the season. He moves to Liverpool. All the pressure on him. I think a couple of man of the match performances and a couple of decent ones here and there is quite good considering the circumstances, considering he's had to chop and change his partner how many times? He's played with 3 different partners. Or 2.
Yeah.
Played with 2 or 3 different partners.
It's a nightmare scenario for the kid.
Yeah, 20 years old. I'd say stick with him. If the price is 30 mil in the summer, I'd say that's the going rate for a young, good centre back. You look at
18 mil. 18
million euros. Yeah,
18.
18. We've struck the deal about 18.
Then
no-brainer,
this is a no-brainer. 18 mil is a no-brainer. No-brainer.
You can have holding 10 million.
Exactly. Avi, your prediction for Saturday evening?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling confident, Grizz. So I'm going to go with a Liverpool 3-0.
Okay. 3-0 Liverpool, yeah?
I think so, yeah. I think we will beat them comfortably.
Okay, well, let's see, man. As I said, I've got my apprehensions, man. But, Turkish has told me the record. He went through the actual facts.
And fixture in the Premier League for Arsenal, apparently.
We got another...
No team has ever had more goals in the fixture against us than you lot.
Yeah.
Another super chat from Alexander Gomez.
Big up my guy, real one, bro.
Lee's in a better place. I know how protected and love you had for him. Love him, man. Yeah, that's a nice way to end. Nice way to end this show, man. Guys, it's been a pleasure, man. Time's bloody flown. But that's what happens when you get football men chatting football. Some lovely words for Claude and his family as well there. Again, I can't thank you two enough for coming on and speaking, and hopefully, sort of cheered you up kind of thing. And as I said, it's the best thing that sort of Claude would have wanted as well. Turkish, let the people know where they can find you and catch more of your content.
No, I appreciate this hour as well, because like Lee said, it kind of takes your mind off things as well. Until this comment come back in from Alex, and big up Alex for that comment, because you are 100% right. It was good to have a football conversation. It was good to talk about Arsenal again. And yeah, big up Claude. And I've got Big 6 coming tomorrow, 10 p.m. That's about it, really. Turkish LDN is the socials, Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. And yeah, people, as always, I love for the support, and subscribe if you haven't.
Nice one. Mr. Lee Gunner.
Big up Turkish as well. I know you hit 40K. I see you.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Come on. Not the best of circumstances, but
Man's being humble and modest in that. 40K is a mad achievement, bruv. So big up to you, yeah?
100%.
Big up to you, yeah? Real talk, yeah? Because I know what you do. I see you, bruv. And I know you've had a kid and all that, yeah? Big up to the wifey and the little one. And it's not easy, man. I know this. Yeah, you guys know this. Anyone who runs a YouTube channel ain't easy, mate. Yeah,
100%.
I just think it's just putting content out. It ain't. If you want to follow me, you'll probably end up in a pub. Big up,
mate.
Lee Gunner 82 on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. What else we got?
Look at you getting all techie and savvy these days, man. Wow, look at you. All these platforms.
What else have I got? Lee Gunner AFC on Facebook. I don't even use Facebook, but it's there if you want to use it.
It's there, bro. Exactly.
You know what? Can I just say as well, very quickly? I know, I just want to say thank you, because do you know what? This last hour and 14 minutes, I've laughed, I've had banter, and it's been sick, bruv. And it's took my mind off a lot of things, man. And
100%.
my man's shining down on me, man. Like, I know it.
100%.
And he'd want me to sit here and do this with a smile rather than being somber and sad. So big up to you, big up to Avi, big up to Turkish, big up to the chat, man. The comments have been lit. So thank you, man.
100%, man. The comments have been, absolute popping and so many nice words. I didn't spot one dickhead in there, which is amazing. And that's what I always say this channel is about, or what we try to make this channel about. Even though it may be a Liverpool channel, right? And most of our content is based around Liverpool Football Club, but we get so many other clubs fans in here. And the reason for that is we try to keep it real. We try to keep it humble. We're not about the hot takes. We're not about the drama. We're not about the hatred, the toxic, behavior of some other people. I ain't saying that, Lee. I ain't saying it, right? I tried to pass by and you pinned me on that shit, right? So we ain't about that, man. We about good vibes. We try to talk real about all clubs and try to keep it level-headed. I want to thank you, Avi, from out in California. Thank you very much. What's the plans for the rest of the hot day over there?
Nothing. Just going to go and actually have a pint myself of beer. So just going to relax and sit under the sun.
What day is it over there? Is it the same? Are we going to the next day yet?
It's Thursday and I've got footy at 6 as well. So get a drink in before we play. That's
a great attitude. You'll go a long way, son. Have a drink before a game. But that's you, I suppose. But listen, people's in the chat, just smash a like before you leave. We're trying to get this small channel up to 10K. We're growing organically. We're doing it nice. We're trying our best. If you like what we do, smash a like and subscribe. Everyone knows that at 10K, we've got a beautiful giveaway. It's not that PlayStation that you see in the back behind me. It's a brand new one. I ain't going to box that one and give it to you. It's going to be a brand new.
Man's got a hat on and all sorts, you know what I'm saying?
It's going to be a brand new PlayStation that I'm giving away. Brand new PlayStation. Sorry. Gav has given away. I ain't giving away shit, bro. But yeah, at least watch that. Don't let that come out. But yeah, I just want to thank you all. It's been a fantastic show. Until next episode of Khanage. Peace out, everyone. Much love.
Always.
Every time.